You know, I know something, to be honest with you, man, I use
Sale for this. How much is this? $20. Nah. I think I'll play more online. But I'll need to figure out how to stream on the Quest 2.
The only stream you can do is to Facebook.
What'd you say, Logan?
The only stream you can do is to Facebook.
Oh, well, that's good to know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well.
Imagine you go and play some fun.
Maybe later.
I ended up getting the Assassin's Creed Assassinate finisher today.
Nice.
It was the last day, by the way, to get that stuff. Well, early tomorrow morning.
Fine. I miss the event in the game with that. I just don't use it to stand next. Did you take Nana to bingo? That's fine.
B-I-N-G-O. B-I-N-G-O.
I have a thorn
Time better paid.
Oh, it hurts. Like, oh my god.
We have a pain in your chest from time to time, where most of it's dissipated right now, but there's still a tiny bit there. Are you okay? You just keep moving forward. Square Phoenix. Marvel.
That's what I did. I activated the 15-minute boost just to see how well I can do first. And then I'm doing that. They run real world time as well, so the timer for them to go offline too. Right. Right there.
Next cheapest is like $1,400.
Yeah. Expensive Chihuahua.
Wow. This one's $700.
So we're not gonna get rent. We're gonna.
Don't wander too far.
I see you.
Too fast to make up the rent.
I see you.
And I am happy for $700
OG, I'm watching you from behind.
They should make an attachment for the Quest 2 that's like an enhanced version of the hand tracking, so you can use it on games, and it works like better, you know. Sell that for $50 and make a killing.
Just telling you, I've been one of OG's pets this whole time, and he didn't even know it.
That's about it.
Which one?
Here, hold up, I gotta turn up everyone's volume real quick.
3 months, I guess.
I see you.
After
But well, I'll have my vacation and stuff, so I'm okay for that.
when can you actually breed the puppy?
Not for another year now.
Yep.
Okay,
If
so we'll
I'm-
have to wait a year and a half before we
If
can start
I'm
making
found
money out
again,
together.
So,
Okay.
We'll just go live in Tent City together.
what is that?
Where, dude, we'll save
Where
money.
am I?
Tent.
I do.
We can just get a
Which I actually want
each
to
can
set
get
up
a
a
tent and
that.
Oh shit.
and then we can do to make money.
Okay, that's good.
Got my puppy. I'm gonna get the swing set.
Bum
I got
bum
the
bum
hot
bum
tub.
bum bum.
I'm gonna
Hammer time.
the car now.
I think. You want? I would. I would. You don't even have to worry about touching the money. I will.
$1,000 savings account.
I'm okay.
Hey,
I'm willing to make that the first thing out.
You're cold?
Sure.
Yep.
Off you go, creepy
Bums
crawly.
give us a thumbs up. I still want to play better.
Are you planting cactuses?
I was prepared.
You guys said something about gloves?
What? What about gloves?
And then the winter stuff and maybe grab one of those leather
I
gloves?
was thinking I want to get people onto the top. So when I give you $100, right? Yeah.
What do you actually do it? Okay, I'm just wondering because of like, it's not in together and then, I don't know. When you're very nice. It's so odd.
It's everybody now.
I don't quite understand.
So,
I now
John, you're
realize
playing Modern
I
Warfare?
did before
Oh, alright.
but not really just. It was just,
Yeah, but like,
you know, I did for her because of that.
Glenn didn't really want to talk to much of people in the
I can't
family.
even
So.
get into the fucking dentist yesterday, so I wonder whose fault that is. Probably blame it on Glenn, but who's doing money? Like, why should I have to remind you guys?
You can't depend on others to get what you need done. You have to depend on yourself. That's not gonna work out. It's really not gonna. Oh yeah, I get at it.
You kind of asked too.
Did you see? Did you see the cactus? Oh, don't you?
Well, we got a spirit walk in the yard. I'm not casual. I don't think we need good soil for it. I don't think we need a big thing like that you want us to do.
But let's give us some money for spare so
Yep.
let me use the rest of the week. If you have any
Actually, it's piano.
tell you don't have a camera.
Right? I don't even know why Nana bothered bringing the camera to the wedding.
Probably didn't remember. You fair.
Oh, Nana. Oh, Nana.
You have to get memory. Can we see your memory? In between
construction
that too.
in BC, so I feel like, well, if you do break down or whatever, I go, at least you know there are people.
A vehicle can break down right now?
No, shouldn't.
Okay.
But everybody does say the what if thing. Yes. So.
And for them, no, I don't have to. I can't drive. It doesn't really drive. It's there. Yeah. That, but you had hard to begin with.
Home, so.
Well, I can't do that.
I can't do that.
I had a hard time being in the airport with Mom to begin with,
Yeah.
so.
No, and we'll be fine. Look for
I know that. She's a slow driver to begin
I
with.
mean, there's the lane, they passed her, so.
What do you mean offline? There's players
Yeah,
in the
that's
game.
not the issue. The issue is he said she couldn't drive the whole way to begin with. She didn't have to either way to drive.
Most of the way there,
I'll put it into the other chat.
right?
Alright.
Some of them.
I know you'll be able to follow.
No, I think. That she acts as like, yeah, it's just there's so much on, like, you know, her signal lights are like her and everything.
Yeah.
God, I need a new clothes. Did you see a picture of her?
No?
Okay, I'll show you again. Look,
Oh. Yeah.
she's miniature pincher, Doberman pincher, and Chihuahua. Your mom. Okay, this is a personal dog.
Okay.
Your mom goes, oh, the brown one's cute. Isn't cute? They're gonna make a cute little couple. Girl, down. What can we call her? What could we call her?
The brown one. And then when you have a baby and then it becomes brown.
Look at her. I got her personality. I might call her Tinkerbell.
I'm pretty sure Tinkerbell's white.
I don't
I'm just kidding.
Yes.
Stupid name, but you can call her Coco. And then when she's pregnant, you can call her Coco. Man, what the fucking money? Maybe she'll eat better.
Remind me on Friday before vacuuming
Yeah.
to clean up this vent.
All right.
Or like vacuuming.
Yep.
You can lift up that cooler.
All right.
I just wanted to dry out that thing. So does it have
Random
anything where
thought.
you
You
can
know,
check
again, interesting
that
game.
No. It'll just be green when it is.
You know how Assassin's Creeds are?
Mm-hmm.
Where you go from one little location to another. I think it'd be dope if the same creators made the same concept of games version. You go to new universe. Okay, to eventually get a lightsaber, maybe. And so on and so forth. I guess the strongest quote-unquote gameplays in that game, the weak one could be like the secret where you have to do little technically in Assassin's Creed game there's usually a collectible weapon and an armor set you can get when you do little hidden objectives. And Revelations, there's these little places you can enter, and you had to go through the obstacle course and do the puzzle, and then doing so you get a little bit of a Romulus thing. When you complete all of them, you get a Romulus armor. That can be your objective thing to do to get a Mandalorian style armor, maybe a blade or being the unique style sword, also being the only black. For the 5-star, that would be considered the max stat weapon. It can be Kylo Ren's or Luke's. It really depends on how you want it to look. And for game-wise. And then some of the DLCs that came out with Assassin's Creed and that, they can have the DLC content come out with a new location in a completely different planet. Maybe one of the locations for one of the main quests would be at the Death Star. You can fully explore inside and outside of it. I mean, you're in both in Black Flag, and then from Assassin's Creed 3, so I don't see why you wouldn't be able to use a spaceship. But just Assassin's Creed is the main concept and playstyle, but with Star Wars as the ideal environment that's trained in. That would be an interesting concept. There could be different planets, really large ass map where you can explore on. Kind of Constantinople being really large area. And then in the different Assassin's Creed colonies of New York and Boston before they became cities. But you also had the entire range on the outside. In Odyssey, you got to explore all Rome, from my understanding, in the Roman Empire, around being the Spartans. Egypt, same concept. You just explore the desert side of it in Egypt as a province. Each different game could be an expansion of a different planet. So that weapon customization would be focused on like how Bahada is. Eventually you'll be able to get the to dual wield swords and shit. Like two-handed swords. So on and so forth.
Heading to the hospital to recover. That could be a good one, however.
Stupid off-topic question, not still about video game. Now, the PS2 game. Have you ever heard of a game called the Playboy Mansion?
I think so. I don't know.
No. It's actually the only video on the PlayStation for adults. Mainly because the only on there says nudity and strong sexual content. And it's rated A for adults. Only thing rated A for adults on P2. Because you start a guy who wants to have he wants to get a job, right? He wants to have his own like job. But eventually, as you go to school and university, you will do your job to become the new playboy in the world and run the Playboy Mansion. You basically become the new Hugh Hefner. You can also run a magazine company in order to make money and whatnot. There is no censorship through the game, so the people can be walking around butt naked in the game too. Consider it it's the game about that, and nothing but, and having the best in the game.
What are you waiting for? My brain's faster than you.
Your character can walk around butt naked if he wants to. It's up to you. It's just a random ass game that I randomly found when certain PS2 games because there's a lot of old school games. It was one of the only ones released for specifically just for adults. I think it was set to try and get adults to play video games, since most of the people who play video games and just start growing up. Like yeah. And yeah.
You just signed up for
Me, my favorite was Overkill. It was on the PS1. That was also a rated M game. I used to continue collecting balls and his knee is an instant kill. He puts his fist through the chest of the enemy. It comes out the back every time he punches. It was a top-down game, kind of like how XCOM is, and how you're and you just run around there. It gets after a while. It really does. But it was a fun game. Yeah, you just run around and flip. It depends on one of the four characters that's there. I picked the one that's strongest in the game. It works. There's another game when they're like Doom and or Duke Nukem when they're first created as a game, not remastered and have better graphics. In this game too, there's some areas you can enter where the entire environment just looks like gore and organ. Your melee weapon is an iron frying pan. Melee from the entire game of it, and it makes a really disgusting sound when you smack enemies, like a standard frying pan would. Sounds cool, tell you hit organic person, It sounds like it hurts. Fun game. Sometimes you'll see an enemy, and like in Doom, you can either run at them and beat them, or you'll use a gun to kill them. In this game, I run at them with the frying pan, and you'll just hear nasty sounds until they become slump on the ground. Some enemies turn into puddles of goo, gore, after you smack them 20 times with the frying pan. Yeah, that game is fun too. It was actually given to me for free. Dad's friend, Dad's boss's friend in construction owned a lot of games and gave them to me. That was one of the first ones I played because of the name. I figured it'd be violent. It was pretty violent. You guys all enjoyed the side fight in games, I've noticed too. Like, people tend to play Mortal Kombat and or Injustice a lot. No more is it Tekken or Street Fighter, surprisingly or not. But those were arcade games. There's another called Beatdown Fist of Vengeance. It was originally created for the PS2. You start off as one of the characters you pick. The rest of your friends go missing due to a group, mafia group or a gang group trying to kill all of you. So you guys run off. I'll usually go with Raven because his first initial meaty is Brass Knuckles. And he wears a nice red coat with a raven on the back. The whole point of this game is you run around in an open area, kind of like in Grand Theft Auto. Open map, run around, do your missions. But then you'll get into a fight every once in a while. You'll run up to somebody, talk to them, and they'll want to fight you. Male or female, doesn't matter. Everybody has a weapon. For Pep, he uses the golf. I just throw her down the staircase, to be honest with you.
Bruh.
If you disarm him, you can pick up the golf, and then I'll use that after. It's like an instant the golf step, so you don't have to worry about it. Same as a shotgun, but you only get that when you murder the cop later on in the storyline. Don't worry about it. But then when you do the split screen takes your fighting style from the 3D, 2D style arena that's like Mortal Kombat is now. When it had the different variations where like Sub-Zero had his ice sword that you would stab into somebody's chest, and then when fighting it could stay there. Yeah, that was in an arena where you could sidestep in that. Same type of fighting for this game, but you'll be doing it in the streets. So if I run away from the person within the arena area, I can go up the stairs, throw them off it, or go down and under, and they'll kind of follow you. It depends on where you're located. But it was 2D where you saw the side of your character while fighting at all times. Maybe sometimes the front, depending on your attack you do. Like specifically, you'll see your back of your guy if you grab them by the skull and run them into a concrete wall. You're allowed to do that if you're near a wall. You can ram the skull into it. When they're down and lose all the health, you get an option called beatdown mode. You will go on top of the person, and if you let them live, you can use that character. You can switch out to that character after winning the fight to use in the split screen or in the story later on. If you beatdown mode them, they're dead. You cannot use them in multiplayer because they're dead. You have to create or do the game again and let them live. Each person comes their own different type of weapon. Shotgun comes from a cop. Kind of hard to fight at first because the game is still open-ended. Like the cop is just there with the gun, but you can run at him and take it from him, and then it's rude because it's an instant kill in the multiplayer aspect where I played this with my cousin. He didn't know I got a shotgun, so when we went into the split screen, because I didn't tell him, he only saw me with brass knuckles, maybe a golf club. There's a ninja sword too. There's a guy that uses claws. I hate that guy, he's a fucker. But then all of a sudden I pulled out a shotgun, and one shot, next round. Because the character you used in the story, you can use in the split screen, so the weapons you acquire go with you. Yeah, that's so rude. There's a black guy there too, he uses a blunt object. There's a black haired guy with a black suit, he's cool, he's a little faster. I think he's Asian-like. One of his kicks, he'll go back, he'll bend forward, but his left leg kicks behind him. I guess it's like a form of fighting somebody where somebody's coming up from behind you. You can get that one kick in, and then you would be technically able to turn around and roundhouse kick him, and whatnot. But it's a very violent style fighting game because after the fight, it's your choice to let them live or die. And when they die, beat down, fist of vengeance. If you let them die, your character literally beats the ever-living shit out of their face until the screen goes completely red. And you will see it. It doesn't black out, it reds out. And then your guy gets up and carries on with his life like it never happened. There's little quests and side quests you can do, but the main story is to find your friends to begin with that were kind of kicked out of the gang in that. There's a couple girls get part of your squad too, but there's 3 males and 2 girls, I think. Yeah. The girl at the golf club, she's a bitch, by the way. That thing has range. She uses the golf, she uses the driver. That's Playboy Mansion. But yeah, no. Fun fighting game. Great fighting game. You can even customize your character's outfit. Like, you don't have to wear this default outfit. If you unlock them in their default outfit, I could put the coat on a different character if I wanted to. So they can have the red coat with the raven on it. It's entirely up to you. I even think there was a stash area to put your weapons in. So like when I start the game, his brass knuckles can be put away. While I use a different character, and then I can grab them. It's a fun concept of a game, but it's one of those story games where you would have to play with each character to learn their perspective, because they all have different dialogues for the same mission. There you go. And then after that, you're kind of done the story. The rest is just kind of just having fun with whatever meaties and you can acquire and blades and just kind of beat people. None of the arrows are recoverable. Yeah. It goes down a lot, because you're firing explosive payloads. Yeah. It's not meant to be an accurate thing, you're just kind of meant to hit them with it. If you had accuracy, that would be rude. But with the crossbow too, you can actually, with the arms and the cable, because the arms is going to be the limbs that have the cable attached to it for the crossbow, you could change those to have up to 100-pound limb. That will increase bolt velocity, while the cable, you can go with the 28 strength cable. That will increase bolt velocity. It will also make your crossbow extremely heavy. To increase the velocity of the arrow for your explosive arrow, to make it go about as fast as a standard non-explosive tipped arrow, you will have to change the cable and the name to be the heavier ones. It'll increase your velocity. And one of them increases bolt accuracy instead of velocity. It depends on you at that point. Do you want it to be more pinpoint straight accurate, or do you want it to fly faster? And you may want to use the accuracy one, but the arrow's not going to fly as fast as you hope it will. To be fair. So, you won't have to be yes, well, they tend to do that. For me in season 6, after season 6,
this game's straight up bullshit.
Cold War, they did some. What's up? Sorry.
Not even allowed to put away the gun.
And what?
On Watch Dogs Legion, if you fight someone, you're not allowed to fight back because your character automatically pulls out a gun and you're not allowed to do any melee attacks.
Oh yeah, but your character's just not there to melee. He's there to hack people. To be fair, your character in Watch Dogs, I played one.
But yeah, you try to fight someone, your character automatically pulls out your gun, and then you're no longer allowed to attack.
Yeah, but yeah.
And then you can do a stealth takedown and one-tap another player while they're looking directly at you. What sense does that make?
Well, I never
Seriously,
did
just
most
one-taps them.
Only ever did the story mode. Probably you again, most of the time. Yeah. No, I noticed that too. Every time you get into a fight, you put out a gun.
I want that removed from the game permanently.
If I'm remembering correctly,
gun.
from the beginning of the game, most of it, when I got into as a melee, and I would go around and literally just baton people to death. The only time you really pulled out a gun is when the other person had a gun.
My character automatically pulled out a gun when the other guy was using his fists, which is much more powerful, so he just dodged and attacked me every single time, and I wasn't allowed to do anything. This game's combat is bullshit.
I don't remember the main character's name, but if I remember, it had... There you go, Aiden Pierce. Yeah. If I remember correctly, his,
1, 2, 3...
It was one of his family members. That's why he went on this whole thing.
I believe his niece.
There you go.
Some people tried killing him and only killed his niece, and it pissed him off, and he became a vigilante.
Yeah, because they tried to come after him, and his relative died instead. Yeah. Oh no, it was his sister. His sister was the one. Her kid died, didn't it? She. So there was a blonde-haired lady that was sad. So he went on a murder spree as a hacker person and became, just like you said, a vigilante. And then somewhere down the line, his hacking situation became really bad because he ended up joining that punk lady who worked for Dead Set. And they were trying to shut down some other bullshit. And then it kept getting worse and worse and worse. Not always. That's usually a redhead, to be honest with you. They have the most problems. But yeah, and then the game got really bad, because then you ended up in a really massive style of warfare, still using the gun. But like, it got really, really shady. I would do it to cops, man. I would be driving, and as soon as I know where those barriers are, and I know they're prodding at me, I'll activate them right when they're near, because as soon as they get near, it'll go up under their car, and then I drive off. A lot of times I just fucking weakness. I'm not gonna lie, the best thing about that game was my cell phone. That was the only thing I enjoyed in Watch Dogs. Other than that, it reminded me of nothing more than a true crime Streets of LA, New York, another called Sleeping Dogs. If you're a Yakuza, no, just Sleeping Dogs. You're an undercover person that's trying to infiltrate the triads. It's no different than True Crime Streets of New York or LA. You're an undercover cop, you have the choice to arrest people. The only difference is you get to change your clothes towards different gangster reputations to be part of their gang and to infiltrate. That was it. And then Watch Dogs came up, same concept. The graphics of it, more like a True Crime Streets of New York, because New York had slightly better, always. I just lit a cigarette. And then, from there, the only difference between them is that Watch Dogs allows you to hack the environment. The cameras, the street lights, and security aspects and whatnot. Like, you can't do that in the true crime games. But what I can do is go down the street and arrest every NPC on the sidewalk.
You can do that on Sleeping Dogs too. You just need the cop outfits.
Yep, and you can arrest them. It's no different than a true crime streets of LA or New York. New York, you're a black cop. LA, you're an Asian cop. Yes, and in that one, he literally fights like a martial artist to begin with. The black guy fights like a black guy. Now,
bro, how do you...
What? Oh, hold that thought, Robert. With the true crime games, what I enjoyed the most is any car you see, you have the right to search the back of the vehicle, and search the person. And if you find drugs, you can arrest them on the spot. If not, you don't. I like to just arrest an entire street of people while searching the card, and then go back to the police station and turn in a pounded coke or whatever, and it'll form the packets that you found off people. Because, like, why not? I think you could also start it on the street too, and not be a good cop, and make more money than just police reputation. There's a debug. There's a ability to dismember in those games as well. If you had a bladed object like a sword, or I forget what it's called, but it's kind of like a scimitar style blade on the end of a forearm. I will figure it out in a moment, but there's a boss who uses it, hits like a truck, and cut off your limbs in a second. Really violent. No, you die. That's the worst part. It's an instant kill when your limbs are cut off. It's fucking rude. But yeah, so like when you do the mission, you'll fight this big guy, and he uses this polearm that he pulls off his wall, and then starts to kick your ass, and you're supposed to shoot the bastard. And apparently bullets don't hurt. Fun game. Watch Dogs, same concept. The only difference is instead or an undercover cop or a dirty cop, you're a hacker. And you become a vigilante. You're still not a cop, but you're doing cop shit. Just without the law. Because you know, you're breaking it at the same time. The true crime, you break the law and you get a negative penalty for it because you're technically a cop. And you're not. So you kind of can get away with doing whatever the fuck you want as long as the cops don't catch you. Now, I do have to ask, have you played Watch Dogs 2 and Legion?
Yeah, I'm playing Legion right now.
So you know the story?
Yeah.
Okay, I have to ask, because I know she's dead. What exactly happened to Clara?
I think they died.
I know she died. I want to know why and how.
I don't know. I haven't played the first one.
Because she died in the second game.
Oh, she does?
I'm pretty sure, or is at the end of the first.
I'm not sure.
But she's the punk-haired lady that gets your character into the sect group.
Yeah.
The one that you're introduced to and then do all the main first game story with. Technically. Yeah. She seemed cool. It's a shame that she died. To be fair. Random off topic, in Warzone, there's a character that I want. Her name's Mara. I can't get her skin anymore because they took away the look at meow pack for her. She has cat ears on her helmet, and she has an assault rifle that's all anime-like. But her skin is based off a real-life person. Her name is Alex Zedra, and she managed to do Warzone hackers who use aimbot permanently banned. All of Warzone's characters are based on personalities or appearance-wise of real people in the world. Mara is based on this lady, the broadcaster and a streamer who does modeling as well. They use her appearance and image for the Mara character, and it's also why in Warzone there, Mara was seen looking like a prison inmate holding the numbers. It's because the same character as a real-life person got 2 people banned for doing aimbotting in a tournament there. She invited one of the people on her stream, and that's when she realized that the 2 had aimbots. And she called them out on her stream, and they both got banned. Yeah. That's why Mara in the beginning for Warzone was seen looking like a prison inmate. And that character got 2 people banned. So quote unquote arrested. Warzone stuff. Yeah. She only figured it out because of on her stream. She noticed it. There's another guy. He was going to get banned from his stream and that because he was able to do shit that you probably shouldn't even think would happen. Like know you're behind him without knowing that you're there. No heartbeat, nothing to alert you. He just knew.
Yeah.
Because he even told himself.
Oh yeah, when it's charged.
He even told himself that that place was vicious. It's because this
Alright.
person though has a $900 headset. His headset is so
Which
bloody
watch?
great that he's able to hear shit that regular headsets don't necessarily hear within games. So he didn't get banned or anything by the company due to the claim that he had a $900 headset. It's just more expensive than others.
Stick around. Your services may be needed.
He's able to hear shit that you shouldn't necessarily hear through your own headsets. And how well headset is. It's just being richer than you. Able to afford the better quality of hearing than others can have. And maybe even turn down music volume and certain sound effect volume up to make them a little louder. Don't know. But yeah, people only notice this. Yeah. I'm pretty sure this headset is loud enough too that if they're outside of the wall and that, you'll actually be able to tell, headset-wise, just about how far the person might be from you while walking.
Yeah, the guy
But
spent
normally-
$900 on a headset and saying that he can hear everything through it, like everyone across the map. I think better he
Well,
played it
no.
in gold if he spent like $1,000 for the thing as well.
But it's pretty much, but the thing is, he was going to get permanently banned on Warzone because of it. It's because he was on a stream too. The community that watching his stream, they noticed he had a $900 headset. So they also knew that some of his plays, because the guy with the headset himself mentioned that play seemed oddly suspicious.
Oh yeah. So I'm part of a Destiny 2 group, right? One of the guys got banned because he got a new TV and like a new speaker system and stuff like that, and like a bunch of other stuff, like a high quality TV. He used to be on one of those like really small little TVs, and he started doing like really good on the game and like killing like more people per match. And he got banned for hacking by Bungie just because he was doing better.
Yeah, well, see, if you have a nice surround system, surprisingly or not, depending on how it goes, because then even in a headset that's really good, if someone's to your left, you hear just the sound on your left, not on the right, through your head on the center.
Yeah, that doesn't really work for me because my headset only has left ear muff working. I could switch to my other headset though.
I'm just saying as an example. It's like if they're on the left, you only hear them on the left. Now, if the headset's good enough, if they're also above or below, or on a little further away, you also hear the differences on where they're located too. And that's the worst part. With a surround sound system, if they're to your left, you'll most likely hear them out of the surround on the left side. But if they're behind you, it'll most likely come from the speaker. Not right to your left, but behind you at the
Okay,
same
I'm just
time.
saying, how overpowered would that be? You having 5 speakers, one on your left, one on your right, one in front of you, one behind you, and then one above you. How overpowered would that be?
Look, there is technically
Yeah, headsets are good too, but like just imagine how
five
easy it would be
speakers
to
that
hear
usually
everything.
come with a surround sound system. Sometimes 6. There's a subwoofer, naturally, which is usually by your TV. There's also one central little speaker, which should be in front of your TV or just under it. And they will have 2 side little speakers that would usually can go in the top corners of your room and that as well, with the cords that would go in the back. And then for the larger speakers, they too should go in the back of the room, one on the left and one on the right corner area to fully surround your area. And then the only thing that would make it a little nicer is if you had a gaming chair to go with it. And then for the headset, you can use that specifically for voices, while the game audio come through that. But the only issue with that is all your friends would have to hear your surround sound system. So that's a little issue. You might not play with friends, but the problem is if you're not, that's another way they're getting banned, because nobody will hear, nobody's speaking to you, nobody knows you. They just know you're better than them, just because of your environment you're in. I mean, this person, he got banned for being richer than others and having better equipment. Imagine somebody with the same amount of skill, but living in the slums, not able to afford that equipment. He has half a headset. He probably would.
Bruh.
Yeah, he probably. Hi, making fun of you. Sorry. I'm just bugging. He would literally probably not get banned. But if he did just as good as the other, he probably would. And Bungie won't even know the actual reason behind it, because they don't know what's in their home. And that's how bad it can be. But like, some people are just really, really piss poor, salty people. They'll get you banned because they can't do that shit themselves. Kind of rude.
Flat tire detected. Please repair as soon as possible.
But no. Call of Duty, I did really good. I've had people message me asking about my aim, and like they were very questionable about it because you can see the kill cams in it. There's no kill cam in hardcore. Oh, I wasn't stoned. I was drunk at the time. I was able to with the you know it as the Bison, and now as the Bullfrog. I knew it as the TP90 M1, and before that the P90. If I see an enemy in my screen, my crosshairs on them in less than 2 seconds flat, and I'm already pulling the trigger. As soon as
one quick question: do either of you
surface,
guys have the Oculus Quest 2?
No, I don't have a VR. I'm not rich enough. I mean, I tried the Oculus thing because my I know a buddy of mine owns it, but I don't talk to him, so I haven't used one ever again.
Oh yeah.
That was kind of the issue there too. My buddy's room, place at a tap house is very cluttered with stuff. Kind of hard to use without running into a wall.
I'm gonna enjoy this.
Oh.
Come on, you little weakling.
I have tried this one zombie virtual game though that was on the Oculus. He owned it. Kind of bothered me a little. But you just stand in the middle and you get your guns in your level and you get surrounded by zombies and you just shoot. Try not to die. And in VR stuff, so it was a little difficult, but I got to hold my gun sideways and pull the trigger. It still works. Kind of thing. And you can rotate your character with the other part of the Oculus and that, or your turning of your head, so really moving, hopefully in general. And you just keep doing it. There's another standard thing, kind of like Wii Sports, but virtual reality style. I got to use a bow. Yeah, it's kind of difficult, not gonna lie. With the controller, a lot harder than it seems. But I've seen some virtual reality people on YouTube here and there through Facebook. I only really use Facebook, but there's a couple videos where they were doing some funny ass shit. Mainly what they were saying was funny as hell because of the virtual reality game. Like, don't go losing your head now, and they chopped it off at the sword, picks it up and throws it at the other enemy. Here, have your friend. You need to get ahead of me. Throws a head at him and then runs at him with another sword. The guy falls off the edge. Like, it was a really random game. You could pick somebody up and keep punching them. Yeah, it's fun.
Yes, character. That's completely what I meant. Go after the character who's not punching me.
But he is. Anyway, how are you two? That's good. Did you guys turn on the coffee pot? No. You guys came up with cold drinks on a cold day? Oh, ain't that smart? No, I'm just fucking. So you didn't turn on the coffee, yeah? Okay. Those coffee pods are kind of iffy. They leave a weird film on the top. I've noticed for my coffee. And if you don't drink your coffee quick enough, it like leaves like a slime sludge or some on the side of my cup. Kind of weird. I got it after you two coffee so you can go into smoke shop at all today.
They make it really difficult to shoot.
You did it once. You walked out. Yeah, he let you take it. You just said you're gonna give him the money tomorrow. I was like, sure. We could have moved the same day. They would have known shit. They're very nice. Doesn't he steal from the owner? Doesn't he just steal from the owner, Mom? Because the owner said you can take it. I know you're giving the money back. Still. I think that's kind of like a Canadian thief right there. They'll steal from you and then they'll pay it back the next day because they felt better. Because You said you felt bad because you couldn't the same day or the next day because of a headache, so you did it the day after. And it's bad migraine. Funny. You didn't pay for it and stuff. No funny. Pay for it, and I think you bought more pre-rolls at the same time. It ran out. It's funny.
Attention, flat tire.
I don't know about other places in the world, but Canadian beef seem nice. We were robbed a pack of smokes once, and he left a $30 knife on our steps. He could have sold that for a pack of smokes instead of taking half a pack of smokes. Kyle had a bunch of electronics in his car when he was broken into. The guy only took the chain of his cup holder and left the electronics in his car. Even closed his door for him.
Country music 34360.
Attention, flat tire detected. Please repair as soon as possible.
Hey Saint, do you have a VR?
Oh, your BC.
I'm gonna have to make another coffee then.
Oh. Shit, I need my license. I want to sign up for direct deposit. Sorry, baby.
Pop it into my bank account. Exactly what he said.
Attention, flat tire detected. Please repair as soon as possible.
I think she's waiting, bud. Hurry up.
Attention.
Yeah, you can do it.
I just need you to speak to him, I guess. There we go. Let's close.
For the ICBC rebate.
Okay, I gotta love the explosive bolts on this freaking.
Just don't miss. Yes, just for downing them. Just don't, yes. Definitely, look at the roof part. I like thermite though sometimes. Just to shoot them with stick. I can. It'll down them usually all the time. Now I need to run at them with my knife. And the nebula round first, really just it. Thermite tips. Then a gas grenade. Or thermite tips and thermite grenades. Your choice. Oh, that's a small price to pay. Ma, you just axed on his head. Oh, I almost made him smell like a dirty pipe by accident. I didn't know the pipe leaked my finger when I pat him afterwards. I felt so bad, and then I smelled him and he smelled like the inside of this pipe here for like the next 3 days. Smelled kind of like a red dog.
Now I need the insurance paper. Fuck!